All right, well, we're back in building the Chippewas. Preseason 2033. Take a look at our roster. And actually, we really should probably go through the depth chart because there are going to be some things that I want to make sure I have the way that I want them. So, at quarterback, we have junior in Caleb Carnegie, which is great and all. However, we have a true freshman sitting here, 4-star Del LaRue. That may have to be our option. I guess we will just go through the roster, actually, so we can go in and see development traits. So, Carnegie, we know, is nothing special. Normal development. A little bit scary playing with him in the last bowl game. LaRue, however, also normal. But he's a freshman, so we've got that going for us a little bit. So, LaRue's probably going to start. As bad of a decision as that may be. And he already has 90 speed. So there's that. Jalen Choate is listed as the starter. We have 81 overall Clayton McCardle, who in theory we could redshirt, which might not be the worst decision in the world. And then the year after that, I don't know. But I don't want to just not play him. What's his development? Also, oh wait, that's Mangum. What's McCardle's? That's Jalen Choate. What the fuck? Clayton McCardle. There we go. Oh, elite development. That may make it very hard to not make him the starter, or maybe have him redshirt this year, start next year. That's not a terrible idea. Because we do have Choate, we do have Mangum. If they stay to their senior season here, my goodness. Might have a running back conundrum. A good problem to have. Too many. Probably the best wide receiver room we've ever had. With Sam Office, Adrian Barkow, and Mike Lamb all above 80 overall. That's outstanding. Tight ends. We got a big bit of growth out of Malik Hendricks. 89 overall right now. He's the 5-star, our first ever 5-star. And just a very solid offensive line, including a 90 overall center in Paul Markham. Sal Gibbs, an 87 in his senior season. John Fasano, an 86 in his junior year. I mean, there's not really a lot of questions on this team. This is a year where if we fail, we are throwing away a real good chance at possibly getting into the playoff, but gotta win the games. It's probably the best team. This is the best team we've ever had. So heading into the prospect list, 750 hours. Maybe the 900 was just some special thing when it came to the offseason. I don't know. We'll see what we can do with this here. Obviously, we're going into the 5 stars to try and see if there's any that we're going to be able to get. Tua Latui, Kingston, New York, the only 5-star quarterback that's going to talk to us here. It's actually second in this class to Manny Prado, but Prado won't talk to us. Proximity to home is his deal breaker. We're good there, so we'll add him. Running backs. Now, we don't really need another 5-star running back, so I'd rather focus that somewhere else. Don't need a tight end. There's a 5-star offensive lineman here, and with a playing time deal breaker as well. He will have no problem finding that here. So, Alex Hawker to the board. Offensive guard, there's no 5 stars. Center, no 5 stars. Defensive end, there are a few. Feel like I'd rather go with Milo Mond over here, just because of the coach prestige. I don't really see that going down super quickly. So we'll put Mond on the board here. Defensive tackle, playing time, pro potential. George Price or Jamon Bibbs. 6'1", 327. I mean, I like the fact that he's a power rusher, 327 pounds. That's good. So we'll add Price. Outside linebacker, David Cleveland. We've had bad luck trying to recruit Clevelands to this team. Middle linebacker, there are a couple. Not a position of need necessarily, but maybe not a bad thing to do anyway. Geo Hobbs. And then at corner, got 4 5-stars here. I feel like if we go for a guy like Johansson, a little bit more likely to get him than the #1 player at his position. Let's be honest, we're not super... we're not going to be competing for these guys on a regular basis right now anyway. So, I don't know. We got to try and help ourselves out the best that we can. Taj Tavares here is actually second in the class, or second nationally in the entire recruiting class. That's crazy. Got a couple 3-star or 5-star free safeties. Ari Ogunjobi, playing time deal breaker. I like it. Strong safety. There is one this year, but he won't talk to us. Not close enough to Fort Lauderdale. Now, quarterback is still listed as a need just because we don't have a guy above 80 overall, so we can take a look at some of these guys here. There are so many scramblers, which is great and all. We've had success with them. Let's find a deal breaker that works for us here. Playing style, we don't want anything to do with that. Could go towards Coach Prestige. Hugh Ness. Interesting. Either Vales or Geo Cookis. That's a field general quarterback. I don't know. I'm kind of starting to really like the speed of the scramblers, so. Pro potential. Coach Prestige. Ethan Petrowski. Scrambler out of Texas. Let's try that. Now 4-star running backs. Would be nice to have some. Jojo Yancey. That is it. That's a star name right there. Power back. 5'10", 225-pound power back. Okay. I'll believe that when I see it. Now, did we look at 5-star receivers? Oh, right. There was only one. So, 4 stars it is. Keelan Burton. Kenyon Thompson. Had a couple in there. We have to send some guys to transfer. It is what it is. Tight end is not a position I really think we're going to mess with at all this year. We shouldn't need it. Danny Mama. Oh, God. Just go a little bit farther down the board there. Oh, hey, we got a DeBeer. Joshua DeBeer. Coach Prestige deal breaker? Yeah, sure. Now, unfortunately, we don't need a center. However, I feel like Alfonso Harris might be a player that we should just go after anyway. If we get him, we get him. That's great. We do have our center for another season, so not super worried. Defensive end, Phil Sanders from Poughkeepsie, New York. Oh, boy. Another 4-star a little bit farther down here out of Wisconsin. Denton Winovich. 11th at his position, sure. Might even add another defensive end here, just so we know we're going to be okay. Jabari Cherry. And then defensive tackle. Probably going to want to be pretty aggressive here. Defensive tackle is a little bit of a weakness right now. So we'll target 4 of these guys. Outside linebacker, of course, that's also a need. James Segal here, second at his position, proximity to home deal breaker. That's a perfect target for us. Let's actually stay an outside linebacker and find another one. Hey, we have another Butts, Matt Butts. I don't know, nothing's gonna be as good as Sean Butts and Antoine Butt. Somebody say Butt? John Kongbo. Sure. Corbin Christmas. Outstanding name. Can't not target him. Now, targeting Tyler East here is a little bit of a gamble. We do have that championship contender deal breaker, and if things go south early in the season, that ain't going to go very well. Now, we targeted a couple 5-star corners. Not very likely to get them. Brendan Anger. In-state recruit. Perfect. And not even that far down the board here. Let's also go... Gotta be somebody up here just makes sense to target. Not really. I mean, BJ Biggers got the playing time. Works for me. 28 targets out of a possible 35. Kiki Butt. Outstanding name. Championship contender. I don't think I want to do anything with that. We'll add Madden. He's got the pro potential. I don't know. We'll go after Vickerson here and just hope for the best. Ooh, 4-star strong safety, in-state recruit, Amari Tiffin. That's a little bit unusual because it's been really hard to recruit strong safeties, so that's a perfect target for us. And then I guess we're going to add some 3-stars in here now. Good chance we could get them done really early. Where do we go with them, though? Maybe outside linebacker? Hey, look, there's another Madden. Jamerson Madden. Steve McNutt. McNutt Butts, yeah. We're doing that. Bruce Bulaga. Randy Ellington, great beard. And we'll add a 3-star middle linebacker as well. Darren McGinnis. Sure, proximity to home deal breaker. Oh, clearly. Yes, absolutely. No doubt about it. Now just don't get locked out on all of those guys after 1 week. I just realized we didn't offer scholarships and we didn't scout. That's oh boy. That's not good. Oof. All right. Well, a lot of work to do this week. So we're going to offer scholarships to everybody that's stuck around. Oh, that's highly unlikely. Now, the good news for us is that the 5-stars stayed. We're just going to be a little bit short on hours this week to try and work on them. Order your Chase Elliott shoes yet? No, in fact. I didn't know those existed. Otherwise, of course I would have. They're probably cheaper than the Trump shoes. Well, we're still going to be left with over 30 targets, I think. No, I did not. I was putting some last-minute touches on the team builder team. Alright, well, we got through with 30 targets after our goof-up in week 1. Best thing for us to do, then, just to try and get something happening, is spend 25 and hope for the best. The only thing that really blows is that we just didn't offer scholarships that week. That was a big L. Well, we're going to get the majority of the 4-stars some early interest here. That's going to be all we can do. But we get down to 18 players. I don't know if that's going to be enough for some of these 5 stars. We shall see. Not offering them a scholarship right away may really screw us on that. I don't know. This fucking team, man. Bobby Schlereth is out here going off for 12 tackles, including 2 tackles for loss, earning MAC Defensive Player of the Week. And we somehow lost. Well, trailing on Hawker. In the top 3 on Mond. I mean, that's good, I guess. George Price, we're right in there with Auburn. Cleveland, we're at least in the top 8. Hobbs, we're 3rd. Ogunjobi, we're 2nd. Oh, boy. Well, Shaq Hall goes away. Didn't do anything on Suggs. I guess he's going to get 10 hours, and we're just going to pray something good happens. All right, well, not the most convincing win in the world over Navy, but we beat him by 3. We did make that a road game, so a little bit of a tougher test for us, but this team should be way better than this. What are we doing? I know we're starting a true freshman now, but damn. Well, Suggs immediately locks us out. We are having a real tough time getting those guys there on the bottom of the board. Let's see if we can do anything on George Price, who we're now leading on. Let's back off what we've done and just send the house on him. Alright, so now let's give him 15 instead. Ah, nope, don't do that. That is why you're at 0 some weeks, because that's a weekly limit. Yeah, no. That whole time, we thought we weren't recruiting in those weeks. We were. We just didn't do anything new. So then now we'll head into the 5 stars and do this. Yeah, that's the thing, is that you don't know because the game doesn't tell you. There's only a very small thing on the bottom of the screen that says remove, and it just doesn't, there's just no way of knowing unless you just happen to look there. And that's how you're able to, like, you can back something off and then schedule a visit and things like that. We still really haven't done that very much. I feel like our chances are better just continuing to send the house, because when, like, let's go into one of these guys in Mon and see. I mean, the impact for a win is just so small, and then, but the potential pain that it's going to cause us if we lose, it just really isn't worth it. I feel like I'd rather go for the sure thing. So let's send the house on all of our 5 stars. We'll have just under 100 hours left to spend elsewhere. So here with Hawker, I think he's going to get 15, get him up to 65. We can actually max out Mond here. We can do this on 2 more players. Price, given that we're leading right now, is going to be one of them. And then Hobbs, we're also leading, but we're only going to get 10 in there right now. But it's better than what we were doing already. How does it take 10 hours to DM? I have no idea. The Central Michigan Chippewas are now 1-2 on the 2033 season. And both times we've lost, one of our players has earned MAC Defensive Player of the Week. All right, well, we end non-conference play with a fairly dominant win over Arkansas State. We just beat them in a bowl game, I think, 2 seasons ago, so they haven't really improved much. 35-7, we end non-conference play at 2-2. Start MAC play against Bowling Green before a bye week in Week 6. Alex Hawker, we lead on. That's the right tackle. What a great thing that would be. Mond is a lost cause. He's going to go to Oregon, and there's not really much we can do about it. We have our hours maxed out on him. We still lead by price, but didn't really get a whole lot. We are leading inside his top 5, so that's good. Top 5 as well on David Cleveland. What we could do is head into Cleveland here. Back off those. Spend 25. Hobbs. We lead, but no lead is ever safe with the 5 stars. We'll spend the 5 there. And then Ogunjobi. Not sure if there's going to be much we're going to be able to do, but even if we get 2 5 stars, it's more than we've ever gotten before, so. For the first time this season, we get Mac Offensive Player of the Week. 15 carries, 122 yards, and 4 touchdowns for running back Jalen Choate. Kind of making it seem like we made the right call in redshirting McCardle for this season. As good as he is and as good as he's going to be, Jalen Choate is good right now. So we'll save that year of eligibility on McCardle and let Choate run all over people like that. All right, well, the offense showed up. The defense allowed a season high in points to a now 1-4 Bowling Green team. Oh, wait, it's not a... Yeah, no, that's a season... No, tied for the season high. 31's just the magic number. All right, well, still a good chunk of 5 stars on our board. More than we usually have by this time in the year. We've still got 4. We're actually doing quite well with Hawker, but NC State's kind of catching up here. A little bit worried about that visit with Tennessee. We're going to want to make sure that we can get him locked up before that happens. Leading on Price, made some good progress. Cleveland has reached his top 3. And we're still leading there. No visits from Jacksonville State and Akron. Wondering if he's a bust, but we can hope that's not the case. We also lead on Hobbs. So 140 hours to spend. Let's go see if there are any 4 stars lingering around at all. Kiki Butt is still here. You know what? Fine. We'll add another butt to the board. That's another safety. Seagal's already a target. I know there's somewhat easier ways to do this, but... oh, well. Now, why did we not add Burns to our board in the first place? He may not stay at center. He may get moved to guard, but that's fine. Snyder, Ricky Snyder, defensive end, sure. Playing time deal breaker. We're good there. Wide receiver, Dante Bradbury. Sure, I guess. Chasing star ratings right now, pretty much. Another receiver. That's a quarter. Hugh Ness is a quarterback. Brian Vildor. Offensive tackle. I don't know. We might be okay at offensive. We might be okay on the offensive line right now. Not losing a lot after this year. At least in theory. Jamison Ellington. Possession tight end. Pro potential deal breaker. Add him. And that's all for the 4 stars. Let's head into recommended, actually. Let's see what's going on here. How did we miss some of these guys? DeAnthony Sawyer. That's another tight end, I believe. Then into the 3 stars. Corner, corner, corner. Probably not a bad idea. Defensive tackle. We'll add both of those guys. There's a 4-star corner just sitting. What is happening here? Just look through all the 4 stars. Score 11 field goals every game. Oh, yeah. It's fine. Even though our kicker has an accuracy rating in, like, the 60s. He might be in the 70s. I'm not sure. All right. 15 hours on Kiki Butt. Larry Burns. Pretty much as far down here on the bottom of the board as we can go. I think is going to be the strategy. Unless we need to do some work on the 5 stars. Let's head back to the top of the board. Hawker, that slim lead. Price we lead. Cleveland we lead. Geo Hobbs we lead. All right, I'm going to leave that how it is. Let's get Ellington done. And then Sawyer. That leaves Tant, York, LeCount, and Boulware. Well, 95 hours to throw around this time around. Anger locks us out. Ellington. So in we go. Be able to get 15 in on these guys here at the bottom. And then sprinkle some in elsewhere. Not a lot. But if we need to, anywhere. Well, let's see. Leading on Petrowski. Trailing on Yancey. Yancey wouldn't be a bad one, even though we don't really need a running back. So let's skip that. Leading on Burton. Kenyon Thompson. 25 instead. Stevenson. Same deal. That's our... Oh, no, it's not our recruiting for the week. We're still in this for now. Leading on Harris, but offers from Michigan State, Akron, and Toledo. That's a little scary. Spend 25 instead. And then we can add 5 to somebody, but I think we've already spent 5 on everybody. Outside of the guys that we can't spend 5 on. So I guess... let's just add Alan Killebrew, offer him a scholarship, and call our week done. 5-star outside linebacker David Cleveland has committed to Central Michigan. Sending the house on him for a long time. 3rd straight season with a 5-star commit to the Central Michigan Chippewas. All right, fairly happy with that win. 35-21, especially over what was an undefeated Kent State team. However, I don't even know if they had started MAC play yet. They probably did that here in week 6. Now we face Akron. They're having a good season as well. Matchup of 2 undefeated teams in the MAC. So Hawker to Tennessee. But we still have Price. And we still have Hobbs. And we're looking fairly good on both of them. But there is a little bit of pressure on Hobbs. So instead of 65, he's getting 75. Price is already getting 75. Oh, we're not looking good on Price, actually. Auburn jumped us. They had a week 6 visit. That's not very good. Well, we're fighting with Tulane and I think Utah there for Geo Hobbs. I mean, there's still a chance, but I don't know if it's looking very good. 23 targets on the board. Gonna rework these yet again. These 15-hour guys going to become 25-hour guys. Alex Parmel, senior defensive tackle, wins MAC Defensive Player of the Week. That's our 3rd of that award just this season alone. 3 sacks in the game for Parmel. All right, very good win against what was an undefeated team, undefeated in the MAC, in Akron. Now we face Ohio, Toledo, Western Michigan, who's on a down year, Buffalo, and Eastern Michigan to wrap up 2033. All right, so Price to Auburn. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We may get Geo Hobbs this week. What week are we in? Thankfully, we're already in week 9. So that's good. So that visit with Tulane for Geo Hobbs has already happened. So unless that has lingering effects the entire time, we should be able to get Hobbs this upcoming week. Petrowski here, the scrambler quarterback, the 4-star. No real contest. Yancey goes to Akron. Thompson to Nebraska. Stevenson to Iowa State. Winovich to Nebraska. Segal to Wisconsin. That was a lot of our 4-stars right there. So we may want to go a little bit harder here this week on a guy like Keelan Burton. For 1, to get a commit out of him. And 2, so we can use those hours on somebody else in the coming weeks. Harris. We're in good shape on Harris right now. Garvin, same deal. I want to get a commit. So actually, that can stay, and then we'll just send the house on him. We'll do that. Kiki Butt. Looking really good. Sprinkle 10 in there. Burns, trailing Iowa by a lot. So a little bit more effort required there. Snyder If I can leave him there, we're fine for the moment. This one's going to be really tough. DeAnthony Sawyer. I don't know how the hell we're going to manage to get him, but we're going to try. Doug Tant. York, good. Pretty early on Bulware. We're going to be okay there for the time being. And then Killebrew, we haven't spent any hours on at all, so just send the house. Hopefully that makes up for the deficit that he's gotten a little bit. Outstanding. We were kind of expecting this to happen. Geo Hobbs, this is the first time we've ever had 2 5-stars in a class. That brings our total up on this team, assuming they both sign, to 4. Tight end 2 years ago, running back last year, and 2 linebackers this year. We also get Petrowski. That's good. Went a little bit farther than we needed to on some of these guys this week, just to try and get commits so we can focus our time wisely on some other players. So Petrowski is on. We also get Jeffrey Garvin, 3-star. Man, oh man. That's a bit of a stinger loss. Right when we got ranked again, all of a sudden we lose our first MAC game of the year. If we go undefeated the rest of the way, 4-0 against Toledo, Western, Buffalo, and Eastern, we should make the MAC championship game, no problem. Figured this was coming this week. 4-star wide receiver Keelan Burton out of Richmond, Texas, has committed to Central Michigan. Outstanding. Now, I'm not really sure why Caleb Carnegie's playing. I had put LaRue in the game at starting quarterback in, like, week 2. Pretty much week 1. I know, it was week 2. But he wins MAC Offensive Player of the Week, so I don't know. I guess something's going right. I don't know if LaRue's injured or what. Nah, just put Carnegie back up there. I don't know. He's the quarterback of a of a ranked team, so maybe we just leave him. So we're out on Shockey. Let's get 15 on Sledge and Adler. Head to the top of the board. Harris, really close race happening here. We need to up our action a good bit here, so can only spend 70 on him, so 65 it is. Kiki Butt, uh-oh. Offer from Ohio State. That is not good at all. Not good at all. Larry Burns, we've been trailing on him the whole time. Let's sprinkle 10 in on some guys we've got some competition on. Where's that other 4-star? Bulware. Killebrew. Any little bit might help. All right, we beat Western Michigan 35-23. I didn't even look at the score of the Toledo game. Toledo's 5-1 in MAC play. We smashed them 42-7. No wonder we were ranked again. 2 games left to go. Buffalo kind of stinks. Eastern Michigan also kind of stinks. Cannot afford a slip up. We lead the MAC right now. Top 25 team. Can't let this slip away. Let's actually head into the top 25 to see where we're at in terms of potential automatic bid into the playoffs. We'd have to be the top group of 5 team to win our conference championship, which we're on our way to at least having an appearance in that title game. Tulane's in here, and Louisiana Tech is just ahead of us. Undefeated, by the way. That's a terrible team. Oh, boy. So 2 teams that we have to worry about. Oh, no, I lied. 3. Well, no, not really. I don't know what the deal is with Independence. That's going to be tough for them. They're not going to get an automatic bid, but they're probably going to make it anyway if they keep that up. I don't know. 2 or 3 teams that we have to worry about, and we got to continue to handle our business. But I don't know how you don't, even as bad as they are, I don't know how you don't take an undefeated conference champion over a team that's lost 3 games. All right. Late push got him. Kiki Butt. 4-star free safety. And getting a 4-star at safety is actually a really big deal. There are just not that many 5-stars that get generated by the game. So we should be getting a very good player here. We also get Matthew York. Good. MAC Offensive Player of the Week. We haven't lost when we win this. Jalen Schote, his second 4-touchdown game of the year. 15 carries, 110 yards, 4 touchdowns. What a game. 42-27. Can't complain about that. We are up to 15th in the country. One game against Eastern Michigan. I don't think we're really going to jump up the rankings too much with a win unless there's some absolute chaos that happens in the last week of the regular season here. But, hey, we're in here with a chance again. So, I don't think we lost anybody off the board this week, so that's good news. Snyder, a 4-star. Would love to have him. Spend 25 on him, max him out. Some visits upcoming with Notre Dame and Arkansas that really scare me. I don't know if we're going to be able to land him. Bradbury. He can get 15 more. Tant, just no competition right now. Same with LeCount. Boulware, there's a little bit of competition. I had another 5 in there. Killebrew, looking good. McAdam. Who is that? Griggs. Oh, that's Liberty. I thought that was Penn State for whatever reason. Just because we don't want to lose any of these players and have to go back to the prospect list again. He can get all of that. Let's do that here. And then head into Vince Rudder. Spend 25. Once again to the top 25. UConn has dropped in the rankings. They got Army upcoming. They're still 11-0 though. Tulane is 10-1. They have a ranked matchup this week. If Florida Atlantic beats Tulane, I think we're going to be in a great spot, except look at fucking Akron. How did they jump? Who did they beat? Toledo. What? Huh? All right, so there it is. Number 13, Akron. Number 14, CMU. A ranked matchup for the MAC title. Now, this is huge for multiple reasons. If we win this game, there is something along the coach progression about top 25 wins. We don't have a lot of chances at those in the MAC. So, any bit of those help. I think to unlock, like, Master Motivator or something. Huge chance for us here to win back-to-back MAC championships. And with a ranked win in the championship game, as a very, very slight underdog, we may be in the playoff. I'm not sure. Tulane scares me. Oh, ho, ho. Would you look at that? Tulane loses in the final week of the regular season to Florida Atlantic. That is massive for us. Let's see. Washington, Purdue, Stanford, Texas, Oregon, Miami, Clemson. If we win this game, we might get that automatic qualifier. I'm really thinking that's a possibility. Contract extended. Well, we can't get fired anyway, but that's not exactly a surprise. Look at our recent seasons. 2033's here. We had the Cure Bowl. We were 9-4. MAC Championship 11-3 season. Whatever 2029 was. 9-4, 8-6, 11-3. And now a 9-3 season looking for double-digit wins again and a second straight conference championship. And remember, this game was when we made it to the MAC championship game, should have won and blew it.